All right, half a day, everyone. Half a day. And happy International Women's Day. I'd like to welcome all of you to the Guam Congress Building. I wish you a happy Women's Month, a happy Mesh Chamorro, and to Duas Masi for joining us here for this special celebration. I'm Senator Amanda Shelton, the chairperson of the Committee on Women, and I'm with Speaker Therese Terlahi. We have a lot of very special women in the house today, so I want to take a couple of minutes to recognize all of you by name. And I'd like to first recognize from the Bureau of Women's Affairs, from the administration, Jane Flores. Welcome. And also from, we have a representative from the office of Senator Jessie Lujan here today too to celebrate. Our president of the Guam Council of Women's Clubs, our umbrella organization for all of Guam's women organizations, we have Anne-Marie Pelobello. We have Janae Uggan from Pitbull Empire. Kelly Cook from Pitbull Empire. Katrina Perez from the University of Guam Endowment Fund. Carol Prain, who's here today. Zandra Meno. Yes, just please raise your hand to be recognized if you don't want to stand up. But today's for all of us women, so we're recognizing all of you. Irene Tamayo from our Lion Diamonds Club and from the Filipino Ladies Association. We have Antilina McDonald from the Guam Women's Club, the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association, the Guam Council of Women's Club, Seroptimus International of Guam, and International Women's Club, and Regalu Foundation. Okay, Antilina, a member of all our women's clubs. Okay, Miss Christy Bansil, president of FLAG and member of GCWC. Samantha Owen, our executive director of Guam Girl Scouts. And board member Eileen Artero. Jarina Pelobello from NAWIC. Jasmine Titano, Pitbull Empire. Andrea Cruz, Pitbull Empire. Casey Mendiola, Pitbull Empire. Okay. We have Charlene Reginden, National Miss Curvy Guam Ambassador, Pitbull Empire. Shailene Solis, National Miss Curvy 2023, Pitbull Empire. Miss Sherry Solis, who's also here. Soledad Lazao. Okay. I want to also recognize Mr. Kevin Uggan from Pitbull Empire, who's here to support his team. Okay, there's more women. We have Stephanie Lorenzo from Famalawan Rights. Miss Esther from Palau Women's Club. Miss Jenny Donatis from International Women's Club. Auntie Hilda Pelicani, our president of the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association. Auntie Al Payne from IWC, GWC, GAMHVA. Alicia Roberto, president of the International Women's Club. Rosemary Williams, president of Palau Women's Club. Larry Pangilinan, vice president of Palau Women's Club. Emelita Crisostomo, president of the Filipino Ladies Association of Guam. Gloria Bagunan from the board of directors of Filipino Ladies Association of Guam. And Roma Velasco, Vice President of the Filipino Ladies Association of Guam. Okay, If we have anyone else joining us, we will recognize them as they come in, but I would like to take a moment to recognize my other colleagues. Vice Speaker of the Guam Legislature, Tina Munoz-Barnes. And we'd like to thank this gentleman for being here with us, Senator Chris Barnett. Thank you very much. And of course, you are amazing, beautiful women of our Guam Women's Clubs. Thank you very much for taking the time out to be here today. We know what a special day this is to all of us and what it means to our culture, being of the Chamorro people, a matrilineal society that traces our roots and our heritage through our mother's family tree, and how much respect and how much a value we put on the women of our society. So thank you very much for being here today to recognize the contributions to our economy, to our culture, to our society over the last hundreds of years that women have been doing all of this. So there's no doubt in my mind, I know there's no doubt in any of your mind, that women can do anything a man can do. And if there is someone who still doubts that, they'll probably never change their mind, and they're probably a man. No offense to the couple of men who are here today. But, yeah. No, you're more than welcome to be here. So this leads me to want to talk about something for a moment, and that is equality versus equity. Equality means each individual of a group of people is given the same resources and the same opportunity. But all things being equal, that does not guarantee everyone will have an equal chance at success. Equity recognizes that each person has different circumstances. Equity strives to allocate the resources and opportunities needed to level the playing field so that everyone has an opportunity to reach an equal outcome. And when I look at every successful woman in this room, I don't believe that any of us ever wanted anything other than equity that allows us to compete on equal footing and to do things equally. And it's straightforward, I think, for all of us, no more or no less. It's important that we take time today on March 8th and of every single year and every day to recognize the women who make our island such a special place, to recognize the many different women's organizations that our island is blessed with. So thank you, ladies. And of course, all the women of the past, of our present, and of our future, from all different backgrounds, from all different abilities that comprise our memberships of all of these different organizations, from the volunteers to the Pitbull Empire, our cultural organizations, our friendship organizations. There are so many different people who bring so many different experiences to each of our organizations. And I think today is important to us, but I don't see a room full of women here who are looking for a pat on the back. You're not looking for us to say, way to go, girl, you're doing a great job. It's nice to hear, right? But we're really here for the young girls and the women who are looking at all of us. The students, the athletes, the Girl Scouts who are looking at us now. And it's a crucial day that they see that we care enough to recognize the work that we're doing. We care enough about ourselves to recognize this special time, and that we care enough to focus on what we're doing for their future as well. So thank you very much, women, for all that you do, not just today, but the other 364 days of the calendar year that you are working hard, contributing to our community, contributing to our families. Seduas Masi, Maraming Salamat po, and Biba Famalawan. Okay. And so, to the part that we are all here for, a very special resolution presentation, I'm going to ask my colleagues to help me. You got your glasses? You're okay? Everybody's good to read a little bit? Okay. Yes, it's big font for all of us. Me too. So this is resolution number 340-37, introduced by myself and all the senators of the Guam legislature. relative to recognizing the observance of International Women's Day on March 8th and commending the many agencies and organizations that promote, encourage, and advocate this global day of celebration for the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women worldwide that has helped to build a fairer and more just society.
Be it resolved by the Committee on Rules of Imina 37 na legislature in Guahan. Whereas throughout history, the vision and achievements of powerful women have strengthened the nation, have opened the doors of opportunity wider for all people. And through their stories too often, and though their stories too often go untold, all of us stand on the shoulders of these unsung trailblazers, from the women who took a stand as suffragists, abolitionists, and labor leaders, to pioneering scientists and engineers, groundbreaking artists, proud public servants, and brave members of our armed forces. The first National Women's Day was observed in the United States on February 28, 1909. The Socialist Party of America designated this day in honor of the 1908 garment workers strike, where 15,000 women marched through New York City demanding better working conditions, better pay, and voting rights.
Whereas the first milestone was much earlier in 1848, over the women being barred from speaking at the Anti-Slavery Convention, Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott congregated with a few hundred people at their nation's first women's rights convention in New York, and together they demanded civil, social, political, and religious rights for women in a declaration of sentiments and resolutions. And in 1910, at the Socialist International Meeting of Copenhagen, Denmark, Women's Day was established that was international in character to honor the movement for our women's rights and build support for achieving universal suffrage for women. And International Women's Day became a mechanism for protesting against World War I, and women held rallies either to protest the war or to express solidarity with other activists. And
whereas International Women's Day was observed and recognized for the first time by the United Nations in 1975, and in December of 1977, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution proclaiming United Nations Day for Women's Rights and International Peace, to be observed on any day of the year by member states in accordance with their historical and national traditions. And whereas this year the campaign theme is Inspire Inclusion, and it emphasizes the importance of diversity and empowerment in all aspects of society. It calls for action to break down barriers, challenge stereotypes, and create environments where all women are valued and respected. Whereas during Women's History Month, it's appropriate that we recognize the long, storied history of great women for helping to realize our nation's founding promise and highest aspirations. And may we all continue working to build a world worthy of dreams and goals of all women and girls. And as we continue our work to advance gender equity and equality, let us recognize the fundamental freedoms are interconnected. And when opportunities for women are withheld, we all suffer. And when women's lives are improved, we all gain. So let's strive to create an island where every woman and girl knows that, that her possibilities know no bounds. Now therefore be it.
Now therefore be it resolved that the Committee on Rules of Iminay 37 na legislature in Guahan does hereby, on behalf of the legislature in Guahan and the people of Guam, recognize the observance of International Women's Day on March 8, 2024, and commend the many agencies and organizations that promote, encourage, and advocate this global day of celebration for the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women worldwide that has helped to build a fairer and more just society. And be it further resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules certify and the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to all of our women's organizations and to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero y Magahagan Guahan. Thank you. And before we have our official presentation and photo, I would like to call up the President of the Guam Council of Women's Club, Ms. Anne-Marie Palabello.
Thank you, Honorable Senator Amanda. Something, I guess, just last minute, but from the heart. We all come together as women. We collaborate. They spoke about the garment factory in New York City. It's so sad that some would have to have lost their lives as they continue to help try to promote us women in the workplace, at our homes. But we still continue to work together, to collaborate. We reach out to each and every one of each other, one way or the other, to help support, to help promote, to help keep that courage going no matter the situation. We come into trials and errors, there's always obstacles in the way, but together we can achieve so much more. And I'm so glad I see lots of our women organizations here in this room. And of course, there's some of us that, I'm also part of NAWIC, so there's some of us that literally need to stay out on the job site, but they are here in spirit. There are also management positions that need to stay in the office, but they're here in spirit. And I want to say thank you. This is not just one day of International Women's Day celebration, it's every day. Every day. And I want to say, Viva Women! Viva International Women's Day! Viva Mes Chomo! Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Anne-Marie. You were too quick to go away because you have to receive the resolution. She was fired up. Okay. On behalf of the people of Guam and the Guam Legislature, we'd like to thank you and all of your organizations under the Guam Women's Club and all of our women's organizations for your work, again, to promote and to encourage and to advocate for this global day of International Women's Day and Guam Women's History Month throughout the month of March. Seduas Ma'asi, congratulations, women. We'll take one photo and then we'll have...